All right, so I'm gonna play this all the way through. Then I'm gonna give you my analysis. So let's get into it. All right. So now what you're looking at right here, obviously, is a man that I was guarding. Uh, he gets, he breaks off and he gets to the basket and he gets a wide open alley hoop. Right. Great play. That's how it should have fell out. Right. That's how it should have came through. But until you're actually looking at what actually just occurred, I want to break it down. So when he takes off, I want to follow him, but I'm not going to trail him from behind, because if he gets here and he gets a pass on time, it's not much that I can do. Maybe I can block it, more than likely I can. Maybe I can throw it off, more than likely I can, right? So what I want to do instead is, because I know what he wants to do, I know where the pass is going. I have somewhat of a decent basketball IQ, but I come in, well, I want to come in and meet him somewhere around here, because I know that's where he's gonna get to. That's the obvious thing to do, right? So when I try to break off and slant over into the basket, right, there's a guy that comes up and he sets a pick, right? And what happens a lot of times is they automate you running into a screen, right? Sometimes as long as you're kind of close, you can be 2 to 3 feet away. As long as you're kind of close, you could even be further than that away, and they will magnetize you into the screen if that's what they want to happen. It's automated. So look at it. All right, now let's take it back. You can see that there's a slight moment where when I turn around, and in reality, I didn't even want to turn over my right shoulder. I wanted to just cut right to the basket over my left. But it's kind of clunky like that. So when I turn and I go to the basket and trying to get there, you can see the slight moment where I'm angling towards the rim. But once he set the screen, I'm forced into sucking into the screen. Not that I actually ran into it, right? It's just that's what the algorithm arbitrarily decided that was going to happen, right? So now I'm forced to leave this man wide open, and I could have blocked the shot, I could have stolen it, I could have threw it off, whatever. I could have did anything. And then not only that, even my own guy gets in the way, right? But that's a major issue with 2K. It doesn't feel like a game where you have to grind and play well on the court, because a lot of it seems very automated and gimmicky, right? It's no longer that free flowing style of basketball that it was back prior to 2K15, right? Even though there were many flaws in those games back then, but it felt more organic, right? Getting around the court, doing things, because everything wasn't so heavily scripted and automated. All right. A lot of times, you get by a guy like this, and then also let me touch on this. When the game first dropped, when it first came out, Mike Wang, I believe he's like a head developer or whatever he is. Mike Wang, here's what I knew it was going to be a shit show, right? He stated, and this year is going to be a lot easier to make open jump shots and a lot harder to make contested jump shots. Now, when I heard that, I knew exactly, I kind of figured what was going to happen. It was going to be entirely too easy to make jump shots, because the thing is this: you're not supposed to make it easier to make jump shots. You're supposed to make it more realistic. See, that's the gimmicky thing that they're doing. They've programmed this game to be more compatible with people who are not that skilled, newcomers. So when you get on and you're playing somebody that's a lot better than you, you still have a great chance at winning because of how automated and rigged and scripted it is, and these momentum swings that you get from the algorithm. It'll work for you. The game, sometimes it plays for you or it'll play against you, right? It's no longer that, that free flowing, whatever happens just happens based upon your skill set, your intelligence, what you understand about the game of basketball. Now it's like the algorithm, it intervenes and it plays for you, and it strips that rawness away from the game, right? But yeah, that's when I kind of figure like, oh man, this is gonna be horrible now, because why would you want to make it easier to make open shots? So you just make it more realistic, right? Like I didn't see that much of an issue with 2K21's ability to make wide open shots. The main issue I had with 21 is your ability to make off the dribble shots from 3 or mid range. It seemed like it was like that was almost a non-existent shot, right? But yeah, that this is a major issue. It's become very, very controlled. It shouldn't be so controlled. Basketball is a free flowing game where you win based upon merit, skill, intelligence. That's how you win. Now it's more like, and it's been this way for the last few years, but in 2K22 it's like the culmination of everything that they've been trying to do to make it automated, scripted. And it's like, it's just so bad this year. It's just ridiculous. It barely feels like you can do anything without if you score or whatever, or if you get your ass bust. It's like most of what happens is based upon the algorithm saying, okay, this can happen, that can happen, this can happen, that can't happen, this can happen. Is the algorithm is just controlling everything. All right. Anyway, peace.